Morbid Facts, Part 460. A 23-year-old college student from Taiwan was forced to have both of his legs amputated after suffering severe frostbite that his doctor couldn't believe was real. He claimed it was the result of being stuck outside after a bad motorcycle accident, but the truth was he'd stuck his legs in dry ice for more than 10 hours while trying to pull off a massive insurance fraud scheme. His friend and accomplice tied him to the chair, so he had no choice but to endure the excruciating ice burns. Instead of the $1.7 million payout they were hoping for, both of the young men were sent to prison for insurance fraud. This photo of Samantha Koenig was taken by serial killer Israel Keys to convince the victim's family that she was still alive, so that he could demand $30,000 in ransom from them for her safe return. But in reality, Koenig had already been dead for several weeks, and Keys had sewn her eyes open using fishing line. The family paid some of the ransom before the killer dumped Samantha's body in a lake and never contacted them again. Morbid Football Facts, Part 2. Molly Shattuck made news in 2005 after becoming the oldest NFL cheerleader on record at the age of 38. But 9 years later, her accolade was tainted when she was convicted of repeatedly graping her son's 15-year-old friend. Her son apparently helped get them together by texting his friend, "Call my mom, she thinks you're hot." In 2021, NFL cornerback Philip Adams shot and killed 5 people in their South Carolina home before turning the gun on himself. An autopsy later revealed that Adams had been suffering an unusually severe case of CTE from playing football, possibly contributing to his sudden violent behavior. In 1983, star running back Joe Delaney sacrificed his life while attempting to save 3 children from drowning. Despite being unable to swim, Delaney told a bystander, "I've got to save those kids. If I don't come up, get someone." His number is unofficially retired by the team, and a statue was put up in his hometown. Morbid Facts, Part 405. In Connecticut, 1986, 39-year-old flight attendant Helly Crafts was brutally murdered by her husband Richard after she caught him cheating on her. He then put her body through a wood chipper and ground her remains into a lake. Richard was sentenced to 50 years in prison but has since been released. Today would have been the 50th birthday of Iranian filmmaker Babak Karamdan. In 2021, he was murdered by his parents in an honor killing for still being single at the age of 46. Babak's parents confessed to drugging and stabbing their son several times, later stating that they were proud of their actions and showed no remorse. An Indiana judge recently ruled that taxpayers will be funding the sex reassignment surgery of a vicious murderer in prison. Jonathan Richardson was convicted of fatally strangling his 11-month-old stepdaughter in 2001. The ruling states that the surgery is a medical necessity that is required to prevent a risk of serious bodily and psychological harm.